everybody, welcome to Life at Sunny Lee with Kathy Jarvis. And it has been so busy, I don't know whether I'm coming or going this week. Started out Sunday. We went to church, and after church we met with some friends who had just moved back to Seymour. We've known them for such a long time, ever since he was about 10 years old. And I knew her parents. I went to school with her dad. And so they had just moved back to Seymour. So we invited them out to lunch and spent about 2 hours talking, catching up with each other with what we were all doing. And it was, like she said, we could have sat there and talked longer had we had the time. And I really enjoyed it. Monday, he left early in the morning to go look for a new refrigerator for one of the apartments. Theirs had quit working over the weekend. So he was gone doing that. And while he did that, I worked around the house and did some things. And we had talked about getting another catico. And so I went ahead and ordered one that I found. And was hoping that that would help with this situation of the garage. We just have too many crates around, animal crates around, and I used to stack them, but since I got bit really bad when one of the cats got caught coming out of the crate, we decided not to stack them anymore. So that means they're all lined all over the floor. So we ordered another catico, and then we went to the gym. And that was the only day that we had a chance to go to the gym. The rest of the days we were just so busy we couldn't manage to find time to go to the gym. Tuesday, he went to town because we're going to deliver the fridge. So he went to town and repaired the drywall from where the plumbers had to open up the drywall to get to the pipes last week, or a couple weeks ago. We had to leave it everything dry out. So we repaired that and got the new fridge. And while he was doing that, I stayed home, took care of the animals, and started cleaning the garage. Moving the crates around, trying to make them so they organized a little bit so I can walk through the garage easily. And that took most of the day. And then on Wednesday, which we normally go to the gym, but we had a luncheon to go to up at Indianapolis. So by the time I got the animals taken care of that morning, it was time to get ready to go to the luncheon. Had a good time. We ate at a place called Friends Diner next to the University of Indianapolis. A very good food, very nice people. The food was reasonably priced and you got a good portion. So I would highly recommend going there. And when I got home, the catico that I ordered Monday was here. So we put it together. And the first night we did not put any cats in it. I just kind of wanted to leave it air out for 24 hours. It didn't really smell or anything. But I like to leave it air out. And I'm not used to all this traffic that we're having nowadays. This road had been closed for almost 3 to 4 years because of a bridge being out. We repaired the bridge earlier this summer, and now they're working over on the next road over and detouring all the traffic past our house, which is not good because the cats have been so used to not having any traffic, and now they're having to learn to stay at the house. And I've got one cat, Monkey Blue, who has not learned that, and so I hold my breath every time a car goes down the road that he's out, because I don't know if he's on the road or not. So they've got to get used to that traffic, and I've got to get used to the traffic again. Thursday we went and picked up the mower because it had been in the shop, and so he cut grass all day Thursday. He cut our grass. He cut the grass up the road, and another car. And while he was doing that, I took the propane weed burner, which I had not used for a while, because mainly we had trouble finding propane there for a while. and I was saving all the propane that I could and not using it for weeds in case I need it for cooking. So anyway, I took the propane burner out and I burned all the weeds on the pathway and around the bird garden path. So hopefully that will knock those little weeds that were too small for me to pick up the other day when I was weeding out there. And so I got that done. And then I had to sweep all the sidewalks and stuff from where he had mowed. And I deep cleaned the bird cage. And that took a while. I took it apart and actually cleaned it really well. And we put butterscotch and little gray in the new catico. It holds up to 3 cats, but those two have always been together, and I didn't know which of the other 3 cats I could put in with it. I knew I didn't want to put Hercules in because he's intact male. I kind of want to leave him in a crate by himself. But I have Monkey Blue and I have Dexter, and both of those could go into a catico with one. So on Friday, I did an experiment and put Dexter in with butterscotch and little gray that morning and left them in for about an hour. They got along just fine. So Friday night, I put all 3 of them in the catico together, and they did fine. Friday, again, I was on the go. Took care of the animals and had to get ready to go to town to help with the evening Lions Club activity where they were selling Scoop the Loop t-shirts. Now, Scoop the Loop is an annual event where it basically just everybody gets in their car and scoops the loop. They drive around the downtown Seymour until I think 9 o'clock or so. And people come out with their lawn chairs and they sit and they watch all the cars go by. And there's anywhere from new cars to old Model Ts that drive up and down the street and around. And this is like reminiscent of when we were younger, back in the 60s and 70s. We used to do this, or I didn't. My dad wouldn't allow me because we only had 1 car and, didn't want to waste gas driving around Seymour on Friday night. But I don't remember if it was Friday night or Saturday night that they would drive around. The kids would just drive around and scoop the loop. That was their activity. And so this is kind of reminiscent of that. And so one time a year they scoop the loop, and that is this tonight. And I doubt very seriously if we will be scooping the loop. We went last year, took half of a loop around, mainly going out to get something to eat, and that was enough for us. Now, as far as sitting and watching, that's a different story, but then you've got to walk. You got to find a place to park and then walk down there. And if you park downtown, you're not leaving until it's over with. So, and, I cleaned out the the filter on the little fish pond also. They got 14 fish in there last time I counted. So they seem to be adapting very well, considering they started out with 7. So I think they're enjoying their little pond. On Saturday, we took care of the animals. I took the crates, the 2 crates that are not mine that I borrowed from a very good friend of ours. I took her crates out and put them around back and started washing them off, allowing the sun to do its job to help disinfect them. And then I'm going to finish washing them with some soap and water and plan on returning those to her this week sometime. Very, very thankful that she allowed us to use them for as long as we had to. They came in very, very handy for a long time. So, gonna get those back to her. And then we went up to Columbus and saw Borderland. It was an okay movie. Not the best movie, but definitely not the worst movie. Had a lot of areas where we laughed at. It wasn't that bad. And then we ate out, and then we came back home and But there's Scoop the Loop tonight in our town, and we made one half loop around. It's just starting. It was just, so it wasn't a bunch of traffic or a bunch of people yet there. So we did our one loop for the year, and we came home. And then I started the irrigation system, but only let it run for about an hour today. I needed to leave it run longer, and I just didn't have the time. I like to be home when it's running, so I'll finish that tomorrow when we get back from church. So that's been my week. Hopefully you've had a good week. Hopefully next week will not be quite as busy. And remember, like, share, subscribe. Dream big, follow that dream, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.